Hey everyone, it's Smita. Today I am going to be doing another installment of a series I started a couple of months ago where I talk about new releases, both mainstream and indie, from the perspective of someone who has brown skin. There's actually quite a few releases since the last time that I made this video. I've done it twice before. And so I'm actually kind of excited because there was somewhat of a lull when it came to interesting releases, in my opinion, because I'm a color lover. I'm someone who really loves visible makeup. I am excited about that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, starting off with something new from Rare Beauty, we have a new addition to the Soft Pinch collection, so inspired by their Soft Pinch blushes, I believe. These are the Soft Pinch lip oil sticks, and they come out in 8 shades. At the time that I'm making this video, these are already available. They do honestly look pretty. You know, Rare Beauty tends to be do things that are on the more neutral side of things, but they do have a nice range of shades, a couple that look really fun too, like the shade Success, which I believe again is inspired by one of their blushes. And Journey is this really beautiful, rich, almost like plummy brown tone shade. I am really curious about this formula, and I do have these shades, so I will be making a video within the next 1 to 2 days. So if you are curious about these, definitely stay tuned. I'm very excited to see what they look like on brown skin. Okay, also potentially something new coming from Rare Beauty though that we haven't seen much about yet, but is intriguing to me as a color lover, and this picture I saw on Trend Mood. This is a picture of Selena wearing a shimmery green eyeshadow look. And I'm excited about this because I've seen some reviews about the recent eyeshadow palettes that have come out. I haven't tried them. The shades were very neutral for my liking. But if they do something colorful like that and they have this really nice formula, then I'll definitely be trying those out because I am a sucker for a good colorful shimmer shadow. And in general, there just aren't many mainstream brands that are doing interesting eyeshadows or eyeshadows at all. So when there is something kind of fun and interesting going on, I'm like a moth to the flame. Okay, next I want to talk about something that I am not sure that I can show an image of because it wasn't, an official announcement by the brand, and I just haven't seen the images widely dispersed, and that is something new from Hourglass, which could potentially be their new palettes, their new holiday palettes that are coming like at the end of the summer or early fall. And what was interesting to me about these, these photos in general, even their official ones can be a little bit misleading, but they showed 3 palettes, and 2 of them look like they have much deeper shades than previously in their holiday palettes. And I guess I'm just curious to see if they have actually responded to feedback from consumers, from creators, about the lack of inclusivity. I have tried the Hourglass powders. I've even done comparisons to, to other brands. Essence most recently has done a dupe of the Hourglass palettes. Of course, they are just formula-wise really, really hard to dupe. I am curious to know, first of all, what do you think about the possibility of Hourglass doing deeper palettes or deeper shades in these palettes? Are you interested by them? Is it potentially something that you would want to see me review if there was that opportunity? I have mixed feelings about it. I don't like to completely cancel brands, and if there is an effort to be doing a more inclusive range, I'm at least intrigued. All right, and the next thing we have is from Huda Beauty. They just came out with a whole range of new lip products. These are called the Liquid Matte Mousses. And they come in these little squeezy tubes, and I believe that they have sort of like, as the name implies, a moussey feel on the lips. I don't expect that they would be drying. They have kind of a blurred finish from what I can see. And this kind of lip product has been something that we've seen throughout the year that's been popular, kind of trending. Starting off at the beginning of the year, we had the ColourPop Cloud Whips. I think a lot of these formulas are definitely K-beauty inspired. I have to say, in general, it's not a launch that is super exciting to me, but I am curious about the formula. And I have received these in PR, so I am curious, of course, if you would be keen to see what these look like swatched on brown skin. I will at least do a short to show you what all of the shades look like on me. Okay, next we have something new from Moira. I like to think of Moira as a more affordable brand that does fun, sparkly makeup products, chrome products, stuff like that. Now, it's been a little while since we've gotten a sparkly makeup release from the brand, so I was excited to see this. They came out with new glosses that are sparkly, like gloss oils, and they come in 6 different shades that look really pretty, actually. However, the one thing that I was a little bit disappointed to see is that these are pH adjusting. I just feel like, you know, with pH adjusting, they end up in some way, shape, or form transforming into something a little bit pinker than you would expect. However, I am excited to see something sparkly and fun from the brand. But let me know in the comments if these caught your eye. I would also love to see them do some type of new single shadows in the near future. Those truly are some of my favorites from the brand. All right, next we have something new from About Face. They are particularly known for their matte fluid eye paints, and they recently came out with 5 new shades. These look really interesting because I feel like they haven't done many muted tones, so I'm excited to see that they have a range of more muted tones. These shades look nuanced and like they're really padding something out in their lineup. I feel like About Face has done a lot of new product releases recently, so it's nice to see them pad out something that's kind of tried and true to their lineup. All right, and next we have something new from MAC. We have the new Kajal Longwear Smoky Eyeliners, and I do believe that these are a new formula. They are currently available on the MAC website and at Ulta. I love a good eyeliner. I know they're not like the sexiest product to a lot of people, but I feel like they can just make a look. And if these are a nice formula, I have to say they have a lot of really beautiful shades. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try these. Let me know if you are curious, but like that turquoise, I really love the olive green, that kind of denim blue. They have a lot of cool shades. They are the exact same price as the ones from Urban Decay, I believe. I'm curious how the formulas compare also. I use the ones from Urban Decay quite a bit because they have such a wide shade range and because they're just a good solid formula. Okay, we also do have something new from Maybelline. One of my makeup predictions going into this year was that we were going to see more lip liner stains. And so far that has definitely been the case. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought. Thought we would see a bunch even earlier in the year. But Maybelline has come out with these peel off lip liner stains. And I have to say, I actually, for me personally, haven't tried any of those peel off stains, but they do look intriguing. And so I think I'm not going to do maybe a full video on these, but maybe like a short or something like that, just to see how they apply and how they last throughout the day. But let me know if you are curious about those. They look like they could potentially be a nice dupe for ones like it that are higher end. All right, and the last mainstream release that I want to talk about is really just more of a sneak peek than anything else. So Ariana Beauty has shown some images of Ariana's makeup during the Eternal Sunshine tour, and she's been wearing a very ethereal, sparkly eyeshadow. I have so enjoyed their eyeshadow quads that have come out this year. I have all of them. I got them to review. They have 4 of them, and then they came out with one that was called Dangerous Woman that has this beautiful charcoal shade in there. This one is Fembot. This is one of my favorites, and a lot of people have actually told me that they have picked this up because of me and quite enjoyed it, which makes me so happy. But yes, they have said in the description that there is going to be, that she's wearing a new unreleased quad. So I definitely think that that is coming. I suspect it's coming later in the summer, and I'm excited to see what the collection is going to look like. I do think we're going to get some type of Eternal Sunshine related collection. And I think that makes sense. It'd be a lot of fun. And I'm excited about it because I think the formula of these are just so good. All right, and now on to some indie makeup releases. At the time that I'm making this video, the collection from Diveron, that's Boo Drops, has already launched. Actually, the collection is called Summerween. And Boo Drops, the iridescent palette, is one of the pieces of that collection. And I wanted to make a dedicated video on this. I was away last week, so I wasn't able to do that. But I have some detailed swatches up, and if you would like to see some dedicated content on this collection, definitely let me know. This collection is so fun. It has highlighters, it has the Boo Drops palette. If you're only gonna get one thing and you like eyeshadow, Boo Drops is the one. But they also have some beautiful single shadows, some new sparkly glosses. For somebody who loves sparkly makeup, this collection is super exciting and it's so well done. So definitely make sure to check it out. And another thing that has launched is my palette with Cloudicos. I have a dedicated video on the palette in case you're curious. It's called Black Opal, and it is actually what I have on my eyes. It's the only eyeshadow that I have on my eyes right now. I used the blue tone shade, so these three blues, and I have this shade here called Diffract in the inner corner. Cloudicos is a small indie brand based in Australia. This was their first collaboration, which is really exciting. I absolutely love that I was able to make a palette of this theme. It was just a dream. And it's available for pre-order now. So in case you're curious and you want to see more about this palette or check out that launch, yes, it's available, and it is pre-order with expected ship in 3 to 4 weeks. All right, next we have a collection that I'm super excited about. I haven't tried it yet, but I definitely will be. And this is the new collection from Lethal Cosmetics. Lethal Cosmetics is a Germany-based indie brand. It's been so exciting over time to just see how much they've blossomed and grown. They have a collection called Legend of Korra, and I have to say, this is just such a cute and well done collection. They have 2 eyeshadow palettes, and the color stories are absolutely lovely. They're 9 pans, they're small, compact. They also have highlighters, they have some glosses, some liquid liners, just a really beautiful collection. And, you know, all in all, not too overwhelming, I would say. As someone who really loves blues and purples, I'm very excited about these palettes because they both have beautiful pops of blue in them. I do think that the one that's my favorite is the one that is a little bit more green leaning though, because I absolutely love that pop of neon. Let me know in the comments if this collection caught your eye and which of the 2 palettes you're most drawn to. Next, we have a new palette from Give Me Glow. It's been a minute since I tried anything from Give Me Glow. This palette is called Down to Earth. I have to say the color story is quite lovely. You have some very rich tones, you have some more muted tones, just a nice range of light to deep, a good ratio of mattes to shimmers. The only thing I would say is just this is a 24 pan palette, a little bit larger than I tend to go for, but I have to say, it is a pretty palette and I am kind of admiring it from afar. All right, next we have something new from Melt. They have come out with 3 new powder blushes. I have to say it's been fun to see more launches from them this year in general. I feel like they're having a bit of a comeback, which I love to see. These blushes do look really pretty. They have almost like a sunburnt look to them on different skin tones. I've been really into powder blushes recently. I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like just my own personal preference is kind of swinging back from you know, cream blushes to almost preferring a good powder blush. But yeah, these look absolutely lovely. I would have loved to just see one deeper shade, one or two deeper shades. So hopefully down the line, they will continue to pad out this range. All right, and now I want to finish up by talking about a couple of Cbeauty releases. Actually, both of these are from Noiracorn. This is the brand that is associated with Cbeautymall. And the first thing is they came out with a beautiful collab palette, kind of similar format to their collab palettes with Freya and with Ghoul in Japan. And this palette is in collaboration with Easy Burr. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but that is the handle on Instagram. And they do some incredible editorial looks. This color story looks so pretty. I have to say, probably just based on my own preferences, this color story is the one that I'm most drawn to out of their collabs. It has blues, purples, pop of pink in there. Love the burgundy. I have to try this one. This is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, if you didn't know about this release and you are drawn to this color story, definitely make sure to check it out. Last but not least, we have another launch from Noiracorn, and these are single shadows. They have ones that are gradient and ones that look like new chrome shadows. Really fun shades. A lot of brands have been doing the gradient shadows, so I'm not surprised to see Cbeautymall do their take on these. I've actually swatched the gradient ones, and I have to say, texture-wise, really liked these because I feel like the texture is going to work for a lot of people. They're very sparkly. They don't feel like really soft in the pan like they would crease really. Absolutely beautiful. And actually one of these, the purple one, is a collab shade with Freya. I don't believe the other ones are collab shades. I could be wrong, but I know the purple one is Freya's. And yeah, these look really pretty and fun, and there's never a shortage of fun makeup and fun eyeshadows that Cbeauty brands are doing. All right, so that is all of the new makeup releases I wanted to talk about in this video. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place. It's been about a week since I recorded, so I already feel a little bit out of practice. But I would love to hear in the comments which releases were most exciting to you. If you have your eye on anything, or if you're just enjoying seeing what's going on in the makeup world. I always appreciate a good discussion and hearing what you think. And if you made it to the end of my video, I would love it if you would leave me an icy blue heart emoji for the color of my shirt and the color of my eyeshadow. As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.